pain, 7 years ago when I was in enough pain to reach out to a stranger on the internet and ask for help. That was real pain. I'm gonna tell y'all because I don't like asking for help. And I didn't know this girl from Adams. She was from my hometown, and I'm like, "What the heck are you doing?" I saw her story, and it was just like so cool that she was losing weight and she was changing, and all this stuff was happening, and her story seemed a lot like mine. And I just reached out and was like, "What in the heck are you doing?" And here we are, 7 years later. That one scary decision to ask for help has changed everything in my life, y'all. I'm talking everything, like everything. And it's so cool. So I love that you guys, you have this crazy solution in your hands, and it's really up to you what the hell you do with it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like when I first started, this was really a diet to me. Like I ate all the damn things, y'all. You don't even know what I did before I started playing. Like I was like, I'm gonna get tacos, I'm gonna get pizza, I'm gonna get Howard wings, I'm gonna get that. I had all the things that I lost 12 pounds in my first week, y'all. And that was not real fat. I'm sure it was probably the inflammation from the chicken thighs I'd eaten and all the things, this ice cream and the stuff I'd never even had before that I was trying to get in because I thought that I was starting one more diet, that I was going to be deprived, that I wasn't going to get to eat what I wanted and do what I want. And it was so depressing. But guess what? That first week on plan, something really cool happened. Well, fat burn. If you're in fat burn, put a one in the chat right now. If you know what fat burn is, it's amazing. It happens on probably day 4, maybe day 5. Some people it happens a little later, depending on how long it takes your body to get in fat burn. But fat burn happened. And I was like, holy moly, what the hell is this? I haven't felt this energy. I haven't felt this good in so long. I haven't felt not hungry. I haven't felt all these feelings that I was feeling because I was being intentional about something. And I was putting some things in that I didn't even know what the hell they were. They're just wrapped in paper and weird things that were packaged. And I'm like, these things have magic powder. I don't know what the heck is going on. And they were actually good. I mean, the first thing I tried was the O's, the red berry O's, and I was like, what the hell did I sign up for? I quit. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I was like, what is this? And then I got over myself and recognized I was in enough pain to do whatever I needed to change. And I knew that there was this solution right in front of me because I had enough evidence from all the people that I was exposed to that had done this before to know that it worked when you work it. It does. I would love for you to put how much weight you've lost in the chat too to show people that it works. I've lost 80 pounds and I've kept it off now for 7 years. Now, y'all, this has not been a straight line at all. This has been a little bit of like a heart monitor, I will say. That's what it's been like. But what's awesome, I just got off a VIP call with some clients and some coaches, and that's kind of an opportunity where we get to celebrate, the wins and really show what's happened since they've started playing. And it's so cool to really experience other people's transformation. And I've gotten to experience that since day one for most people here, to watch them become these totally different people from when they start. And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight, is that you have that opportunity to go from that person you were, who was that probably tired, exhausted human that was just hanging on by a thread. This was me, sitting on the couch eating peanut butter and chocolate chips, depressed, and not living the life that she wanted to live, and feeling shame about it, and feeling sadness every time she went in her closet. She would throw a freaking fit. She didn't go places because she didn't want to wear the outfits she had because they were terrible and they were probably from some weird ass place that would only allow her to fit into them, and they weren't who who she was, right? And so that person was just tired of being where she was, and she made a decision. She drew a line in the sand, And that's the opportunity all of you have, right? And the becoming is the coolest part if you choose for it to be. It can be really terrible if you choose for it to be. And so I love to get to see all of your faces that you're actually putting time in and investing in yourself to like have shifts and have the opportunity to be exposed to other people, to get to ask questions, to get to hear other stories, to normalize what you're doing. I was talking about on that VIP call is that anything that's not normal is not normal, right? In the outside world, ordering a chicken salad is not normal. It's not. People are normally ordering the chimichanga or the extra large, double burger with beef patty and triple this and extra large this. That's normal. And so we have to practice making this normal if you want to normalize this and you want this to be a sustainable transformation, right? And so this is why, exactly why I put these calls in my calendar, because I have to prioritize that personal development for me, that mindset. It's so important. If you're just putting these little feelings in your mouth, this is the Ascend bar I'm chomping on right now. That's our our other line. But if you're just putting the feelings in your mouth and you're not using the other tools, you're on the diet, unfortunately. And diets work until they don't. Diets work until there's a diagnosis in a kid. Diets work until there's a divorce. Diets work until there's something really, truly hard that happens, an obstacle that rocks you. Sometimes it's not even an obstacle that rocks you. Diets work until some friends ask you if you want to go to the happy hour and get some wine. That's diet, right? And so what we're doing here is much beyond that. We're being intentional. We're adding structure in our life. We're using accountability partners, because doing this alone doesn't really work. I will tell you that, because when we're left on an island by ourselves, feeling shame from the choices that we make, what happens? We make more of those choices and we stay in that victim mindset over and over and over again. And having accountability means you're like accountable to something and you're saying, I want this. This is what I want in my life. You put it all in the chat. When I just started, I'm a terrible chat watcher. So, but I know that you put your goals in the chat and that you desire this. The problem is it's the destination between what you want and where you are and the action you're willing to put in to get there. And what your coach does, what your coach reinforces, is that alignment. You want to be here, this future self that you've designed, right? That you really want. All the things you value. I want energy. I want confidence. I want to look sexy. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel good. I don't want to take Tylenol every day. I want to be on a beach somewhere with a bathing suit on and not a moo-moo. I want to go to a party and walk in and feel like $1,000,000. I want to show up for my kids and be able to play with them and not lay on the couch when they get home from school. That person that you want to be, it requires action, right? It requires structure. It requires intentional action. And so that's what your coach is here to remind you. Like, remind you what you're fighting for on the days that it's just plain suck. And you're going to have a lot of them. Like I said on that VIP call, the adversary is coming, the devil, whoever you want to call it. When you make a really tough decision in your life to do something to better yourself, whatever it is, that adversary is coming and it's going to say, you can't, you won't, you will never, you're not good enough, you don't last past day 3. That fear comes in and tries to tell you you can't do it. And your coach is there to say, honey, it's not what you said you wanted. These actions that are happening, the weekend where you're making the choices that don't align with your actions, that's not what you said you wanted, right? So how are we going to do something different? But this is up to you to do something different. It's up to you to make a different choice. Your coach can want it all day long for you, but at the end of the day, the decision is yours. And so to stop, challenge, and choose your future self is really, really hard because our brains want what we want now. It does not understand this delayed gratification. It doesn't. It's a 10,000-year-old brain that was running from things and they're being chased and doing all the things. So it just knew to live. In the moment, it had to do what it did to make you safe. Now we live in an air-conditioned drive-through world where we think we get an email from somebody being an asshole and we're like, oh, our brain's like, Lenee, go to the cabinet and get the Oreos. That is going to make the email feel better and not make you have to deal with it. Or the checking accounts, the check that bounced in your checking account, or the hard conversation with your husband that you do not want to have, that's scary, or going to the school and having the hard talk with the teacher about your child, whatever that is. Nothing's going to fix the problem. The problem is still there after you eat the thing or drink the thing or Netflix the thing or buy the thing. The problem is still there. And then you got a bigger ass problem because you got shame and blame, which are sorority sisters. They hang out together. They're real bitches. They come in with a vengeance and they will take you down. And they get you in the cycle and the cycle and the cycle of you can't do this. The person in your head telling you to make the choice. It's fine. You can start on Monday. You can do it. It's not worth it. Don't worry about it. You deserve it. You've had a hard day. Anyone familiar with that? I'm certainly familiar. I still contend 7 years later, y'all. But you know what's so cool? It gets easier. It
Hey
gets easier.
Siri.
Hey Siri. It gets easier and easier. She's probably like, hey Siri, play something else so this lady will quit talking. It gets easier, y'all. I promise you. But you have to draw a line in the sand and say you're worth it and say, oh my gosh, these actions, and or until you believe, you've got to act until you believe you're worth it. Because I think a lot of us didn't feel that we were worth it. Maybe still don't feel that you're worth it. But you know who's worth it? Your kids, your partners, your family, your puppies, your cats, your birds, all the things. They know you're worth it. And so you got to do it for them until you can believe in yourself and do it for yourself, right? Because that, you taking care of yourself is a ripple effect. It's going to change everything in their life, which is so cool. We get it mixed up sometimes because we don't prioritize ourselves and we put it off and we put it off and we're this martyr about this stuff and put ourselves last. But the true thing, the truth is by putting yourself first and really taking care of yourself, everybody benefits. Everybody does around you, and everything changes. My life, y'all, my kids have a different life now. They have someone that shows up and models something for them. Do they make the best choices all the time? No. They're kids. They're going to learn. But you know what's awesome is that I'm not telling them what to do, I'm showing them what to do. And that's a big deal. That's called breaking chains in your family, right? That awareness, the conversations that we have are different. I didn't have conversations growing up, and that I'm not knocking my parents. They're awesome, they're badass, but they didn't have the equipment, they didn't have the tools to have the conversations. They didn't have all this stuff that we have now that they're fighting against, right? Everything was kind of normal back then. It didn't have all the shit in it has now. Like we're fighting some demons, y'all. They have put some stuff in our food that really, truly is like cocaine. It's like crack. You just want more and more and more and more of it. And so we get to now have different conversations with people because we have a different type of education that we didn't have. But some of us are still learning that, right? And that's so cool. That's part of what Optavia does. It helps you learn different so you can do different and you can live different. I want to talk tonight, and I want to open it up in just a second about, I think the thing that used to really was a stumbling block for me was anytime something changed, there was change. It could be anything. The seasons, that was a big ass change. Like, we're going back to school tomorrow. Tomorrow is a change. Tomorrow's a big change, right? When the summer comes, that's a big change. Spring break, change. When I moved, a big moving somewhere, big change. Any type of change, a vacation for y'all. It could be a vacation that's a change. It's a change in your daily activity. It's a change in your routine. What Optavia really is all about is learning how to navigate change and obstacles and all these things in life that are coming at you and keep your structure. It might not look the same everywhere you go, but keeping that structure. What are your non-negotiables? What are you going to do every single day? You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater when you're on vacation. And what I mean by that, what I used to do on vacation was drink and eat my ass off and do whatever the hell I wanted to do and not pay attention and just did what I used to do all the time on vacation because that was my focus, right? After joining Optavia, I've slowly learned, this has taken me a long time, y'all, to switch my mindset and say, I'm still going to drink my water. I'm still going to eat every 2 to 3 hours. I'm still going to take some fuelings just in case so I can have some good things to eat between the things I choose. I might have some alcohol. I might have some pie. I might choose to have the french fries. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my next choice my best choice. I'm going to make sure I drink my water and I continue what I've learned and keep the structure. Christy is right. I was very all or nothing. That was my mindset. And what Optavia teaches us is that it's not all or nothing. This is not about depriving yourself. You got to live. And that's no way to live, depriving yourself. That sucks. Who wants to live like that? This is all about choosing. You have an intentional choice to make. But the bigger thing than that, it's about keeping your structure wherever you go. When you're on vacation, when the house burnt down, when this happened, when all hell's broken loose and it's a crazy, crazy mess. Keeping that structure will so give you that control, and that builds self-esteem in you, right? When you can start to do these things. And that's the weekend too, y'all. This weekend we lose structure. Whatever, you might work a night shift all night long, but my nurses out there that do the long shifts and then they get off the week or whatever. And so going from this and working nights to going from here to being off all day with no structure, how do you maintain the structure? And so this is what I kind of really want to talk about tonight and with some of you because this is about to happen, right? And I know for me what happens right now too, and it doesn't happen as often and as early now because I live at the beach and I'm around water and sunshine a lot more when I used to live in Dallas. And I don't feel like I got outside as much in Dallas, but I suffer from seasonal depression. I suffer from depression altogether, but it really, really, truly hits me when the seasons start to change. And in Dallas, it used to start right now. Like I could feel it because I was like, I don't like structure, y'all. I fight it. I know I need it and I do it, but I hate it. But it's good for me, right? It's like that catch 22. But usually, right about now, when I lived in Dallas, I would start feeling real funny. Some just more like sad and just we got to start making lunches. We got to get up earlier. Everybody's got to do stuff, the change, all the things. And so the sadness, I wouldn't recognize it till a little later. So I want you guys to start recognizing this, right? The things that change in you, your mood. Sometimes it's chemical. Sometimes you need a little help with it. So I'm all for it. Like, talk to your doctor. Part of this journey is to not sit on your laurels while something's changing in your body. It's to figure it out. Go to the doctor's appointment, get the boob check, go to the gynecologist, go to the prostate doctor, go to all these things, go to the dermatologist. This is about taking care of yourself too, right? And understanding if you're feeling different, things are changing, right? Then we need to be proactive about this. That's being healthy. That's making sure your family's going to have their mom or their dad or their grandmom or their granddad or their aunt or their uncle. That's ensuring you're going to be here a little bit longer. Those things that we can be proactive about, but we tend to avoid, right? And some of that's a chemical imbalance too. If you know something's wrong, and I love that I get to have this conversation now with my kids. And I'm really open about it because they're 10 and 15. And I'm like, look, if you ever start feeling funny, depression runs in our family. I want you to just to be open with me about it because it might be something chemical. It might be something in your diet. It might be something, but we need to know if something changes. Y'all, mental health is so freaking important. It is so important and it's so taboo. If you don't talk about it, it's this shameful place, right? That's where it just leads to all types of terrible things. And so part of this journey is just understanding your body. How are you feeling? What's going on? And that's even the fuelings. Some of the fuelings might not be the right fuelings for you. Some of the things that are on plan might make your body have weird reactions, right? So it's about learning how you feel when you put something in your body. I know when I put cheese in my body, processed American cheese, I swell up and I know the scale is going to go up tomorrow. End of story. It's going to happen, right? But that's something I learned by getting on the scale and learning what did I do the day before? Oh, I ate cheese. That's what I did. Cheese is the culprit. So this is what I'm prompting you guys to do is to learn. This is about learning. This is about learning. Don't just put fuelings in your mouth and go about your day and just do the same thing over and over again and then be like, all right, I'm done. Because that's when you're done is when the work really starts, right? When you have to figure it out. So you might as well start to figure it out now and take care of yourself. And that's all encompassing. So let's talk about change. Let's open it up. And it might not be change that you want to talk about, but I like to talk about the structure that we keep and how, what are ways that we can do. Shannon and I were talking before y'all hopped on. We were talking about the things we used to do, like the summer fun drinks. I used to have the like pina coladas and the margaritas and all the stuff. And when I started playing, how did I shift? How did I change that? You know, and what things did I shift out if I didn't want to drink alcohol? And what if I did want to drink alcohol? How did I change that to be less sugary? And the same thing moving into falls. You used to have the lattes with all the stuff in them and all like a week's worth of calories. How can I change that? How can I get a cinnamon tea now and do these little bitty changes that add up to be huge? This is the compound effect, right? The little things that we change add up to be huge things. So I want to open this up. I want to first of all say, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't have a degree in anything. I'm just a person that was overweight and decided to do this. And I bought my coaching kit 7 years ago. And I've learned a lot, but I still don't know everything. That's why I still show up here because I learn a hell of a lot from all of you and a lot from all these badass coaches that we have on our team. Like they are awesome. They have so many strengths that I'm like leaning into and learning from. So starting with that, I want to say that flat out. I don't have all the answers. I don't. But I'm here to listen and I'm here to help you navigate. And, you know, what we do as coaches is look at the kinks in the hose, right? And help you see that and help you move through things that maybe you're stuck in, the things that you're telling yourself, the things that you're resistant to, all those things, the structure you're avoiding, the scale that you're avoiding, all these things, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to help you identify those things for yourself because they're different for everyone. So let's open the floor up. If you have a question, raise your little Zoom hand or raise your real hand. I'll see you. And then you're going to come off mute. You're going to tell me who your coach is. And you're going to pronounce Optavia right. Optavia, Mamma Mia, Optavia. I'm joking with y'all. I said it wrong for so long, but that's my little joke. Anyway, so come off mute. Tell me your coaches, tell me how much you've lost, and ask your question, or let's talk about your change that's happening right now and how you can keep structure, or what you're struggling with right now and how we can work through it. And sometimes just saying something helps you work through it. Sometimes just owning it and putting it out there in the universe, thank you, Amy. Stop recording. Sometimes just doing that